it really resonated with me when you said that you had this guilty feeling. How come you were not happy or you were not grateful? You had this stable job, and a lot of
Mm,
people would love to have that job and they would never leave. It's a secure position, right? And in the
yeah,
school system,
absolutely.
you have your pension, you have your vacation time. It's respected. It's decent
Yes.
money. Like, and I know I hear it from a lot of women that this guilt. I have everything that one might want. My relationship is good, my health is good, I have this good job, but I'm not happy, and women feel this guilt, and that's why they end up settling and not rocking the boat. I mean, one of the reasons,
Right.
because they don't quite understand that what that is, and it's really this call to adventure. This is your soul asking you to step up,
Yes.
to fill the bigger shoes of your true destiny. And you've answered that call. So, what gave you that confidence to step up and that courage to do it? Because probably it was not the most popular choice, even,
No, I mean,
to your own rational mind.
totally. My own rational mind was battling with my soul self, and um, I am really kind of a pragmatic idealist, So I had to figure out how to strike the balance between what I really knew I wanted and was meant to do, and the safety and security to do it. So how did I find the confidence and the courage? So again, right, I think all of our experiences in life lead us and guide us on our path, and sort of support us in the decisions that we make as we move ahead. And so I think it really goes back to, for me, when I was 23, I just was talking about Kenya, actually. I had recently graduated from college. I'd gone to a really, prestigious university and done everything you're supposed to do and was ready to change the world. And I'd graduated and I'd gone to Africa, which was really a lifelong dream and goal of mine. I'd come back to Philly, where I was from, where I'd studied, and got a awesome first real job, like making a difference in the world, working in inner city Philadelphia schools, doing huge, kind of a part of the educational reform movement under a federal grant with a nonprofit. And I was psyched. I had a salary. I felt like this was it. I had my life ahead of me to change the world. And, you know, um, I was idealistic and I was invincible, and I was really, you said I was fired up is a great way to describe me. I was fired up. And I was sitting at my new desk, one afternoon, and I felt this little lump above my collarbone. And I thought, gosh, weird, that's not right. And that wasn't there before. And I kind of ignored it for a little while, as, 20 somethings are known to do. I figured I was healthy, I was active, it was fine, it was nothing. And it didn't go away. And I was like, this really isn't right. And I really think, thank God, I listened to that little piece of intuition that I've tried to cultivate since then even more. Um, and I went to the doctor, and what happened was it sort of was a whirlwind, actually, but I was diagnosed with cancer. I had Hodgkin's lymphoma, and I had to have chemotherapy and radiation, and really my life just turned on its head. And what came out of that, a lot came out of that. I learned many, many lessons, including how to receive love and really let people help me. I was so fiercely independent. I didn't have space for people to contribute to me the way that I now allow people to contribute to me. But I really needed help. I mean, I was sick, and I needed support. And I remember my mom saying to me, Sage, let the love in. Let people help you. They want to help you. It helps them to help you. It's generous to let them
Let
help
love
you.
in. It's
Something like that.
generous. It's beautiful.
So that was like one thing. And then the other really huge thing was I just said, oh shit, like life is not a guarantee. And I knew that intellectually, obviously, right? But it was really different to look at it in the face and think, I might not have an indefinite amount of time
Yeah.
to change the world, to do these things that matter to me. And so since then, I've just lived with a whole new, like, much more actually present to life can be stolen from you at any moment. And it's really important to me to make it count. I know it sounds cliche, but that's really what it always comes back to for me. Like, I'm sitting there on maternity leave, holding this sweet, babies to me are like pure potential. They're pure possibility.
Yeah.
They're a blank slate. Like anything is before them. And I thought, I just can't, I can't live that kind of grind while I raise these two little humans and be of service the way that I really want to be of service or make a contribution, whatever word it is that resonates with you. So I think that was what gave me the confidence, um, was just that really intense knowing that I needed to live in a way that felt true to me. And that first, being a school counselor felt true to me for a decade. That was the adventure. You said, this is an adventurous life. That was the adventure. And it was just time for the next one, the next iteration of me in the world. And so, and then with the courage, I think I mentioned earlier, it was just that piece too of balancing the big adventurous leap with the pragmatic safety that I needed to feel in order to take the leap. And so my husband and I wrote this book on communication. We got ourselves in communication and had lots of conversations around what will this look like for us? Like, he's a school teacher, his salary is fixed and he's amazing at that. That's his heart's work. He's just doing what he needs and meant to be doing, but that's what he's going to earn. Right. So what do we need to do to feel safe as a family for him to feel safe too? And we started putting aside money while I finished out that school year, and I started doing training and got some clients before I finished, and just kind of looked at the whole picture of how we could make this work for both for me and for all of us. And that's where the courage came, because I felt, I feel this thing about people say, especially in sort of the personal development space, leap and the net will appear. I forget who the originator of that statement is, but I really feel like if you weave the net a bit first, you'll feel much more safe you'll feel safer making the leap. And so I try and infuse like, yes, you have to go for it. I'm a big proponent of going for it, and you can prepare so that the going for it is more likely to be met with success. So I think that's how I found the confidence and courage to walk. I mean, really, people thought I was crazy. They were like, what? You're not even 40? You're leaving this totally awesome. And I work in a great school district in beautiful Boulder, Colorado. I worked really close to home. It was definitely, it was just what I needed to do.
This is beautiful. Your life delivered such a difficult lesson to you so early on. Cancer at 23, facing your mortality, really realizing it viscerally that life and death are real. I mean, we know it intellectually, like you said,
Right.
but we don't believe it. We don't believe it unless we come face to face to it. We experience it. It's a concept. We really,
Right.
we still have this delusion of being invincible. And when that
Hmm.
delusion was pierced for you, you really stepped up to live your life for real.
Yeah.
And you
Yeah.
gave it your all.
Thanks, Valerie. Yeah.
Yeah, there was no more place to hide, really.